Hi everyone. So myself Madappa Nagappa. I'm your new chemistry mentor. So today we are going to discuss the second year most important topic, that is chemical kinetics. So this is my first video. So hope you will get some information from this video. Definitely you will be benefited by this chemical kinetics. So the whole chapter I will divide into some videos. So along with the content, I will give you few questions which are very important. So based on the concept, whatever the model question which can they ask, so such type of model questions I will explain. From my side, I can give you 95%. I may not say that 100% sure. 95%, more than 95%, I will try to complete the complete data which is useful for the IIT mains level and as well as for the NEET level. Okay na? So let me go into the topic. So that is chemical kinetics. Chemical kinetics is it is a physical chemistry topic which is one of the main topic for competitive exams. Now in this chemical kinetics, what we are going to learn? First thing, why we have to learn this chemical kinetics we should know. So before this chemical kinetics, we have learned some physical chemistry topics in the first year. So what the topics we have learned in the first year? We have learned the thermochemistry. So by seeing the thermochemistry, thermodynamic principle, what you can conclude from that? You can predict the only feasibility of the reaction, whether that reaction takes place or not, based on the free energy function, that is Gibbs free energy function. If the Gibbs free energy function is negative, then it is said to be spontaneous. If the Gibbs free energy function is delta G value is positive, it is non-spontaneous. If delta G is negative, it is a spontaneous. If delta G is equal to 0, then it is it is an at equilibrium. Okay na? So those are the things. Means from the thermodynamic principle we can predict whether that reaction takes place or not, whether it is feasible or not. That only we can conclude from the thermodynamic principles. From the thermodynamic principle we cannot conclude we cannot get information that how much speedily the reaction will complete. So that information we may not get from the thermodynamic principle. And also you have learned the chemical equilibrium also. What chemical equilibrium, what we have learned in that chemical equilibrium, we have learned only how much extent of reaction is going to complete. So whether that reaction takes place towards forward direction or backward direction, that only we have learned in the equilibrium, chemical equilibrium. Okay na? Chemical equilibrium and ionic equilibrium. So now in this chapter, in this chemical kinetics, so what we are going to learn means, so it is a branch of physical chemistry, so which mainly deals with the rate of the reaction, how fast the reaction will complete. So what factors will affect on the rate of reaction, means speed of reaction, what factors will affect on the rate of reaction. So what is the mechanism of the reaction, how those reaction will take place, what are the steps involved, which step is called rate determining step. Okay, now from which step we will get the particular rate of a reaction. So those all we will discuss in this chemical kinetics. So before going to the topic, first the name of the title we will see first. So this kinetics is what it is. A kinetics is what it is, a Latin word. It is a Latin word. So which means what? Latin word kinesis, which means that movement. Movement. It is what? A Latin word, that is kinesis. Kinesis means what? It is a movement. Okay na? So chemical movement. Now here what happens? How fastly the reactant are converting into product. So to convert that reactant into product, what factors are affecting on the reactants? Okay na? So in how many steps the reaction is going to complete. So those all we will discuss in this chemical kinetics. Now first we will going to see the what factors we are going to learn from this chemical kinetics. First thing, rate of reaction. Rate of reaction means rate of reaction is nothing but speed of a reaction, or you can simply say that speed of reaction, how fastly the reaction completes, how much time it will take for completion of that reaction. And also factors affecting on the rate of reaction. Factors affecting on rate of reaction. Factors affecting on rate of reaction. Which factors will affect on the rate of reaction? So, and also we will discuss the mechanism of the reaction. Mechanism of reaction. So, what are the different types of steps involved in the completion of that reaction? So, those all we are going to this chemical kinetics, these main topics. First, we have to see the here Latin word kinesis means movement. So, based on that speed of the, based on the speed, we have mainly 3 types of reactions are there. How many types? Mainly 3 types of reactions are there. Based on what? Based on speed of reaction. Based on speed of the reaction. So based on speed of reaction, we have 3 types of reactions are there. One is what? Very fast reaction, very fast reaction, and moderate reaction, and very slow reaction. What is mean by very fast reaction here? Very fast reaction in the sense the reaction which completes in a fraction of second. They are called what? Very fast reaction. So within a fraction of seconds, those reaction will complete. Such type of reactions are called what? Very fast reaction. Within a seconds it will be complete. Within seconds. Now you can take the example for this very fast reaction. You can take the neutralization reactions. Neutralization reactions are what? Acid-base reactions. Acid react with what? Base, forms the salt and water. Okay na? You can take the NaOH plus HCl gives rise to NaCl plus water. Okay na? So it is a very fast reaction. Within a fraction of second that neutralization takes place between what? Strong base and strong acid. Okay na? Which can give the more number of ions, that is said to be what? Strong salt. Neutralization. Next is what? Precipitation reaction you can take. Precipitation reaction. So in precipitation reaction what happens here? You can take the example. Precipitation of silver chloride, white colored precipitate. How you are getting that white colored precipitate? In aqueous state only the rate of reaction will be very high. So in solid state or in their purest form, the reaction will be, they are having the less number of ions. When they are having less number of ions, it is not complete reaction. When it is in dilute condition, then what happens? Ions are very free. They can easily, so what happens? Those ions can exchange from one atom to the another atom. Now silver nitrate, aqueous silver nitrate react with what? Aqueous sodium chloride. So then what happens? We are getting the silver chloride plus sodium nitrate. Plus sodium nitrate we are getting. Now, so here it is what? Silver chloride as precipitate we are getting. That precipitation, whenever we are taking the aqueous form of silver nitrate, we are adding the aqueous sodium chloride. Within a fraction of second, you can see in the bottom of the test tube the undissolved substance. That is what we are calling precipitate. Okay na? So and also you can take the explosive reactions. You can take the explosive reactions. So explosion of trinitrotoluene. So picric acid. Picric acid is also what? One of the explosive substance. And also you can take the reaction between Morse salt. Morse salt and KMnO4. KMnO4. What the KMnO4 will do? KMnO4 is what? A strong oxidizing agent which oxidizes very fastly. Morse salt contains ferrous ion. That ferrous ion is oxidized to ferric ion. So that is takes place within a fraction of second it will take place. That is what we are calling very fast reactions. Next, the second one is what? Very slow reaction we will see. Some reactions are there. Those reactions completes in days of time. Some months of time also. Such type of reactions are said to be what? Very slow reaction. For example, you can take the some days of time and months. Days and months of time if it is taking place for the completion of reaction, for the takes place of reaction, then such type of reactions are said to be very slow reactions. Now you see example, you can take the rusting of iron. It takes some time. So some days of time. Rusting of iron. Fe. It is, you can write it as what? Iron. rusting of iron takes place much time, very high time. And also you can take the what tarnishing of silver, tarnishing of silver ornament, tarnishing of silver ornament, tarnishing of silver. Okay, na? And also in our home we will see, no. So our mother or our sister will wear the what that silver ornaments. When they buy that new silver ornaments, they are having so much of shining property. But what happens after repeated usage of that silver ornaments? They becomes dull appearance. Again they will clean with what some other substance, chemical substance or whatever it may be. So then what happens? Again it will get the what to regain its color. So it is due to what conversion of that silver into silver sulfide. Similarly, what you can take the what copper. So whatever the copper vessels in our puja mandir, we have small copper vessels are there. You can check those. In that copper vessel, inside it will be some green coated will be there. And also you can check the whatever the air conditioners or whatever the copper pipes will be there. No, in that copper pipes you will find some green coating. That green coating is due to what corrosion of that copper, due to formation of what copper hydroxide and copper carbonate. So then what happens? That green coating is there. And also you can take the water here, the reaction between hydrogen and oxygen you can take. The reaction between hydrogen and oxygen at room temperature, it is very, very slow reaction. So if you are keeping in some days or some months of time, you will get a small 1 drop of water you will get. After 1 month, what happens? 1 small drop. Okay, na? So that is what it is, very, very, very slow reaction. Okay, na? So the gases hydrogen and gases oxygen react to form the water, liquid form. It is very, very slow process. If it is getting like that from combination of hydrogen and oxygen, so then no one will depend on the water rain. Is it or not? So everyone will do that combination of those gases and they will get the water. And also you can take the reaction between coal and oxygen at room temperature. Will they convert it to carbon dioxide without any ignition, without any external influence? That coal cannot be converted to carbon dioxide directly. So without any help. If it is converting into carbon dioxide means it takes much time. So these all will comes under what? So many examples will be there. These are the some example for very slow reactions. Is that clear? So next we are going to see the next one. Next we are going to see the moderate reactions. Next is moderate reactions. Moderate reactions in the sense what? The reaction which completes in the intermediate time. That is what in some minutes, some hours of time if it is taking place. Then it is called what? Moderate reaction. Third category of is what? Moderate reactions. Moderate reactions. So what is meant by moderate reactions right here? The reactions which completes in some minutes and some hours of time. Minutes and some hours of time if it is taking place, then such type of reactions are said to be what? Moderate reaction. What are the examples? You can take combustion reactions. You can take the combustion reaction. Combustion reactions are what? Combustion of methane or hydrocarbon, whatever you can take. So then what happens when oxygen gas combine with this methane gas, then what happens? This methane is converted to carbon dioxide plus water vapor. Okay, so that is gases form. And also we can take the combustion reaction, and also we can take the hydrolysis of ester. Hydrolysis of ester. We can take the COO, C2H5 in presence of base. Then what happens? We are getting the sodium acetate plus ethyl alcohol. It is also called soap formation. Sodium salt of carboxylic acids are called soap. That reaction is somewhat it is a moderate reaction. So many moderate reactions will be there. So like that you can take so many examples. Okay, na? So these are the some examples for very slow and very fast and moderate reactions. So you can take more examples. So these are the some example for the moderate reaction. Is that clear? Based on the speed of a reaction, how many types of reactions we have? three types of reaction. What are those? Very slow, very fast, and moderate reactions. Next we are going to see the what? Rate of reaction. So rate, or it is also called speed of a reaction. How you will calculate a speed? Rate of a reaction, speed of reaction or rate of a reaction. So how you will calculate the rate of a reaction? Before going to this rate of a reaction, what happens actually in the reaction we will see. So this is what a reactant, it changes to what a product. Now what happens whenever the reaction is proceeding, the concentration of reactant decreases, concentration of product increases. That concentration will be represented in square bracket. Concentration of reactant decreases, concentration of product what happens? Increases. You do remember that? Always reactant will be converted to product in case of irreversible reaction, not in reversible reaction. I am not talking about a reversible reaction. It is what a irreversible reaction which is going to complete. Okay, now which is going to complete, it is called what? A irreversible reaction. Now in this case, the concentration of reactant decreases, concentration of product increases. Now what happens? Concentration is changing in the reaction. So in some time, after some time, what happens? Concentration of reactant and product will be changes. That change in concentration of reactant and product is said to be what? Rate. Rate is nothing but what? The change in concentration of a change in concentration. Change in concentration by time is called what? Rate. Now how you will calculate the water speed? Distance by time. In the same way, change in concentration by time. Okay now. So now your rate is equal to change in concentration by time. Now how you will calculate the what? Rate of reactant and rate of product. Here what happens? Reactants are disappearing as time proceeds, and as time proceeds, product will be appearing. That is what product concentration is increasing, in the sense they will appear. Reactant will be slowly disappears. They are converted to what? Product. Now what we can say here? So concentration, decrease in concentration of reactant, decrease in concentration of reactant, or rate of disappearance, rate of disappearance of reactants is represented as, we have different methods are there. Here disappearance means what? Decreasing, decrease in concentration. The decrease in concentration is represented with negative symbol. Here concentration is decreasing means we have to see represent with what? Negative symbol. Here the concentration is increasing means what? Positive. That negative and positive are what? Just they are signs to indicate the what? Decrease and increase in concentration. They are not includes the values. While doing the calculation, you do remember that one. So here rate of disappearance of reactant will be represented as the change in concentration of reactant. That is represented with delta R by change in time. Okay now. Now what is delta R here? Delta R is nothing but, so more concentrated. That is what? From high concentrated minus low concentrated one. That is what we are calling change in concentration. So what is delta T here? Final time minus initial time. Final time minus initial time. And also you can say the what? Rate of, here what happens? A decrease in concentration of reactant. Similarly, increase in concentration of reactant, increase in concentration of product, increase in concentration of product, or rate of appearance of product, rate of appearance of product, rate of appearance of product. So rate of appearance of product, you can take it as what here? So increase in concentration, so plus a symbol, that is delta P by delta T. So what is delta P here? Delta P is nothing but what? So more concentrated minus less concentrated. Okay na? So that is what? Change in product. Concentration, change in the concentration of product, change in concentration of reactant. Delta T means T2 minus T1. So now this delta indicates what? We have two types of reactions, two types of rates. This delta indicates average rate. Average rate. Okay na? So here differentiation. Differentiation is what? It indicates the differentiation indicate for a small interval change in concentration. For a small interval, for every small interval, the change in concentration in certain intervals of time is called what? Instantaneous rate. The D indicates what? It is an delta indicates what? Average rate, and the small dr by dt is must be equal to what? Plus increase in concentration of product. Okay na? Must be equal. That is what? How much quantity of reactants are consuming, that much product will be formed. Is it or not? According to law of mass action. Okay na? According to atoms, the law of conservation of atoms, that is atoms neither be created nor be destroyed. What about the atoms which are present on the reactant, those are converted to what? Product side. Okay na? So that is what? They remains the same. Atoms and mass will be remains the same. Whatever the quantity it is decreasing, that will be appears there. So the rate of disappearance of reactant must and should be equal to what? Rate of appearance of product. So that is what we are representing. This representation is called what? Instantaneous rate. It is representation is called what? Instantaneous rate. Instantaneous rate. Now what is the difference between instantaneous rate and average rate? Simply I will tell you simple example. So one bus is there which is going from starting point to end point. It has the what? Some 4 stops are there. So then what happens in each stop, in each bus stop, it will wait for 5 minutes. Okay na? The total distance will be what? The total distance is, say for example, 40 kilometers. Okay na? So total distance is 40 kilometer. In each stop it will wait 5 minutes. So then what happens? Average weight will be what? 40 kilometer by time. So whatever the time it is. Okay na? But what happens? Is that average rate is accurate one? Is that average rate is accurate one? No, it is not the accurate one. Okay na? Because then what happens at the bus stop? It is time lapse is happening. Is it or not? Time is wasting there. So at that time the bus is not traveling. Okay na? So whenever it reaches the what? Bus stop, that bus has to slow down. And also after starting also suddenly it will won't pick up its speed. So slowly it will pick up. So the time lapse is there. Then what happens? It is not the accurate speed. But whereas instantaneous speed you take. So from first starting point to first bus stop, what is the distance and time how much is taken? So whatever the waiting time you eliminate. And after starting from that first bus stop to second bus stop, that is second instantaneous speed. Next third instantaneous speed, fourth instant. Sum of all these instantaneous speed will gives you what? Average rate. Then it is accurate one. Is that clear? So sum of the instantaneous rate will gives you what? Average rate. Okay na? So but whereas if you are taking average rate, overall average rate, how you will define means the change in concentration over some intervals of time. Over a time intervals is said to be what? Average rate. What is meant by instantaneous rate? The change in concentration in a certain fixed intervals. In a fixed intervals. That is what? That is in 5 minutes, in 2 minutes. What is the change in concentration? In particular instant of time. That is what we are calling instantaneous rate, average rate. Have you understood the difference between instantaneous rate and average rate? Now, here what happens? What I told here? The rate of disappearance of reactant should be equal to what? Rate of disappearance of product. And also, okay, you make a note of it. Okay, you make the what? Fuse that video and you make a note of it. So next we will see the water. Next one. Next we will see here what once different reaction, for different reaction how to write the water rate expression. So we will take the water one general example, general equation, that is m moles of A plus n moles of B gives rise to P moles of C plus Q moles of D. For this reaction, how to write the rate expression? So here rate expression is written for any reaction. The rate of disappearance of reactant should be equal to what? Rate of appearance of product. So that is what here, how much quantity of reactant is decreasing, that much quantity of product is formed. And also the reactant also consumed in their fixed moles ratio. The reactant also consumed in the moles ratio. For example, M moles of A definitely combined with what? N moles of B, then only it will form the what? P moles of C. Means what? They are having some fixed ratio. So for that reason, whatever the coefficients are there for reactant and product, while writing the rate expression, those coefficients are taken in the denominator to equalize the what? Rates. Okay now. So now here rate is equal to, I will take the what? Always I will take the what? Instantaneous rate only. I won't take the what? Average rate. When they given the what? Values, so initial concentration and final concentration, then we have to take that average rate. No difference at all. Just if it is an accuracy is the way, variation. Now you see, you take the what here? Minus 1 by M d concentration of A by dt. What is this minus indicates? Decrease in concentration. It is not having any value in this case. Minus 1 by N decrease in concentration of B by dt is equal to, here what? Product C is what? Product plus 1 by P increase in concentration of C is equal to, then what happens? Plus 1 by Q increase in concentration of D by dt. Is that clear? Is that clear? Now we will see the what? Another reaction. Another reaction, you can take the what? Normal example. N2 plus 3H2 gives rise to 2NH3. Now in this case, what happens? Rate expression. Now decrease in concentration of reactant, that is minus dN2 by dt is equal to minus 1 by 3, that is decrease in concentration of hydrogen is equal to plus half increase in concentration of ammonia. This is the rate expression. From this rate expression, what information you are getting here? Say for example, now here what? Rate of, it is what we are calling? It is called, this is called rate of disappearance of nitrogen. Rate of disappearance of nitrogen. The rate of disappearance of nitrogen is equal to, it is equal to this one, this is equal to this one, means these two are equal or not? Then what happens? Rate of disappearance of N2 is equal to half of the formation of ammonia. How much it is? Half of the formation of ammonia is equal to half of the formation of ammonia. Is that clear? Formation of ammonia. We can give the relation like this. So you may have the chance of getting the questions like what? So which of the following statement is correct regarding this rate expression? They won't give that rate expression also. They will give direct reaction and they will give the what? Options. Rate of disappearance of N2 is half of the what? Rate of appearance of ammonia. So similarly what? Rate of disappearance of hydrogen is what? 3 times of rate of disappearance of nitrogen. Is that or not? Now rate of disappearance means minus dH2 by dt. This 1 by 3 you take this side, 3 into dN2 by dt. Then what happens? Rate of disappearance from this, what happens? Rate of disappearance becomes what? Rate of disappearance of hydrogen. Rate of disappearance of hydrogen is how many times the rate of disappearance of nitrogen? So rate of disappearance of hydrogen is equal to 3 times the rate of disappearance of nitrogen. Rate of disappearance of nitrogen. Is that clear everyone? Rate of disappearance of nitrogen. Okay, now you can take the what? Minus dN2, that is decrease in concentration of N2, 1 by 3 dH2 by dt. So from this decrease in concentration of hydrogen is equal to this 1 by 3 will come this side, then minus 3 into rate of disappearance of nitrogen. So that is what the rate of disappearance of hydrogen is equal to 3 times the rate of disappearance of nitrogen. So that is the information you are getting. So you can note down these. For this I will tell you one more example for this, and after that I will give you some reactions here. So I am taking the water half H2 plus half I2 gives rise to HA. For this reaction, rate expression will be what happens. I will write whether it is correct or not. You say minus 2 H2 by dt is equal to, so minus 2 decrease in concentration of I2 by dt is equal to plus increase in concentration of hydrogen iodide by dt. Is that correct or not? Because 1 by 1 by 2 it is. So what happens here? We have to take the water 1 by 1 by 2. That 1 by 2 will go up. Then it becomes water 2 by 1. That is what we are writing. Okay na? Is that clear? So you can note down here this question. For these questions you should write in your own way. That is, you can take the water 5 Br minus plus BrO3 bromate ion. So we will form the water 3 moles of bromine plus 3 moles of H2O. For this reaction you write the rate expression. So for this reaction also 2 moles of SO2 plus O2 gives rise to 2SO3. You can write all these rate expression and you can give all those statements like, and also you can take the water 2NO plus O2 gives rise to 2NO2. Okay, you can take the water another, that is SO2 plus Cl2 gives rise to SO2Cl2. It is called sulfuryl chloride. Okay na? For you practice for these reactions, you writing of rate expression. You write those rate expression and you mention in the comment. So whether they are correct or not, I will tell. Okay na? Is that clear? So shall we see some graphs related to this one, and after that, after discussion of those small graphs, we will see the water examples. Now graphs which are related. Okay now, concentration versus reactant, what happens? Concentration versus product, what happens? We will see. Now we will take in the water graphs which are related. So concentration of reactant versus time. Now here what happens? Concentration of product versus time. Concentration of product versus time. Now here we are taking the water concentration versus time. Now in this case what happens? Reactant concentration, what happens? Continuously it will decrease, and product concentration continuously it will increase. So like this. So it is what? Concentration of reactant. So initially concentration of product will be 0. As time proceeds, what happens? Concentration of product will be increases. Now in this case what happens? This is what? Concentration of product. So it is what? Concentration of reactant. It is concentration of reactant, it is concentration of product. Now what happens? Rate versus time. Rate versus time. Now here rate of reaction mainly depends on which factor, on which concentration it will depends. Rate of reaction mainly depends on the concentration of reactant. If you are taking the what more concentrated reaction, more is the rate. Is it or not? So rate of reaction mainly depends on the what concentration of reactant. What happens? Concentration of reactant as time proceeds decreases. So similarly rate is also what happens? So slowly it will be decreases as time proceeds. These are the very important graphs. Is it clear? Is this clear everyone? Now we are going to see some examples. Easy example we will see. One simple example we will take. So you can note down that. So for this reaction 4NH3. So it is what? Nitric oxide formation. That is what we have in Ostwald process. First step it is 4NO plus 6 moles of H2O. Now it is an Ostwald process first step. What they given right here? So rate of reaction with respect to ammonia they given. Now rate of reaction with respect to NH3 they given. How much it is? 2 into 10 power minus 3. 2 into 10 power minus 3 mole per second. One more thing I forgot to tell you. So units of rate, very important. Units of rate. Now in this case, what is the rate here? Rate is nothing but what? Concentration by time. Rate is what? Concentration by time. So what are the concentration units? Mole per liter by time units are what? Second. Then what happens? Mole per liter per second. Mole per liter per second. Or you can take it as what? If it is mole, liter can be written in what? Decimeter cube. 1 liter is equal to 1 decimeter cube. That you will discuss in what? 1 liter is equal to 1 decimeter cube. If you not understood that one, you mention in the comment. I will give you that answer. Okay, how you are getting 1 decimeter cube. So second inverse or minute inverse, whatever you can. In terms of concentration we are taking. If it is in terms of pressure, if the reactants are what? Pressure, then what happens? Rate of reaction is directly proportional to pressure. So in such cases, in case of gaseous reactant, so rate will be what happens? Change in pressure by time. So in that case, what are the units, Amma? Units will be what? Atmosphere per second. Is that clear? So now in this case, rate of reaction with respect to ammonia will be what? This one. And what they are asking? What is the rate of reaction? What is the rate of reaction with respect to oxygen they are asking. Okay na? So what they are asking? Relation between this 1/5 of rate of disappearance of oxygen. Now what they given here? Given that so rate, that is what? Rate of formation of ammonia they given, that is rate of disappearance of ammonia is how much? 2 into 10 power minus 3. Now in place of that rate of disappearance of ammonia, you can write 1/4 into 2 into 10 power minus 3. Then what happens? It will be get cancelled 1/2. 1/2 into 10 power minus 3. 1/2 can be written as 0.5 into 10 power minus 3 is equal to 1/5 into rate of disappearance of oxygen. Okay, this 5 you take this side, then 0.5 into 5 into 10 power minus 3 is equal to what? Rate of disappearance of O2 by dt. Okay na? So in this case what? 5 is the 25, then 2.5 into 10 power minus 3. That is what? Rate of disappearance with respect to oxygen. So in this manner you need to calculate the what? Rate for any type of reaction. You can take this one reaction or any type of reaction if they had given. So what the relation they are asking, you have to check. So they are asking between the what? Ammonia and O2. You consider these two only, no need of considering the other. Okay na? So rate expression you can write for that in between these two. This is the rate expression, from that we got this one. Is it clear? We'll see one more example which is very important. If the concentration, if the rate is not given in terms of what? Mole per second, if it is given in gram per minute, how to calculate, which is one of the important model question. So where you will do the confusion, where you will go the what? Mistake, you will do some mistake here. So we'll see those. So if the rate in terms of gram per minute, if they had given, so then how to calculate the rate, we'll see. Now you take the water. So one more example, that is what? In this reaction, O2 gives rise to 2SO3. In this reaction, what they given? Rate with respect to SO3. Rate with respect to SO3 is how much they given? 100 gram per minute. 100 gram per minute. And what they are asking? What is rate with respect to oxygen? They are asking. What they are asking? Relation between SO3 and O2. Now is that balanced equation? Yes. Rate of disappearance of oxygen is equal to 1 by 2 plus half into rate of appearance of SO3. Okay, now they are not given in terms of concentration. They are given in what? In terms of grams. So that is what rate of appearance of SO3 by dt is how much they given? 100 gram per minute. This value they given, not this value. This value indicates what? Mole per liter, concentration, mole per liter. Now you convert into that. So concentration is nothing but what? N by V. Concentration is nothing but N by V. Now it is concentration of O2, number of moles of O2 by volume of reaction mixture. In this reaction mixture is carried out in single container, its volume will be remains constant, its volume is also same. So volume is constant. So number of moles of O2, change in number of moles of O2 in time, half of, we can neglect this one here. So number of moles of SO3 by dt. They are not asking number of moles, they are asking in grams. So number of moles can be written as what? Number of moles is nothing but what? Weight by gram molecular weight. Okay, so you can write here number of moles of O2, that is what? Weight of O2 by dt, gram molecular weight of O2, that is molecular weight of O2. You can write it as. So because molecular weight is constant which will not changes, 1 by 2 into molecular weight of SO3 into rate of formation of SO3 by dt. So we have the rate of formation of SO3. What is the molecular weight of O2 here? 32 into weight of formation of oxygen is equal to 1 by 2 into molecular weight of SO3, sulfur 32, each oxygen is 16. 16 3s are how much? 48. 48 plus 32, that is 80 into rate of, that is weight of formation of sulfur trioxide will be how? 100. Okay, now so then what happens? 0 0 get cancelled. So you can take the what? 4 8s, 32, 4 2s. So here what happens? 2 4s, 2 2s. This 2 is there, here 10 is there. So rate of formation of, rate of disappearance of O2 is equal to 2 into 10, that is 20 gram per minute. If they had given gram per minute, you don't want to convert like this, then what you have to do? You multiply this with what? Molecular weight. Then what happens? It will convert it to mole per minute. Okay, na? You multiply with its gram molecular weight. Its gram molecular weight of sulfur trioxide is what? 80. Then it will be, when it is 100 gram per minute is there, no? You can see here 100 gram per minute. It is multiplied with gram molecular weight. So then what happens? 100 is multiplied with gram molecular weight. Then its units will be changes to. 100 into gram molecular weight is what? 80. Then it will be changes to mole per liter. Volume is not per liter and per minute. Okay, na? So then you will get the mole per liter. Then you do the what? Calculation. Again you will get in what? O2 will also mole per minute you will get. Mole per liter per minute you will get. That you need to convert again into gram minute. So in the option you have to check whether they given in clear. So this is the small introduction part in chemical kinetics, which is a very important, whatever the model 2 questions which I had explained. These 2 model questions only will be asked. Okay, na? So based on this only you will have the what questions in mains exam as well as in NEET exam. So be ready with these concepts. Okay, na? And make a note of it whenever you are, whatever the concept, if you are not understanding, if anything mistake or if anything is needed to be added, so you mention in the comment. We'll do what? We'll learn together. We'll learn together and we can improve our subject. Okay, na? So you can, it is a main aim of this content will be what? To benefit the what? Candidate. Okay, na? So from this video, So whatever the 30 to 40 minutes video, whatever the concept, whether you learned or not, if you are learned, then you like that video and you share with your friends. Okay, thank you, have a nice day.